Recollection Road is proud to partner with Legacy Box. Watch until the end of this video to find out more about digitizing your family's irreplaceable memories, and then visit legacybox.com/recollection for an incredible 55% off. In the 1950s and 1960s, saving money was a way of life. People lived within their means, and to do so, they had some pretty creative methods to stretch a dollar. Some of these money-saving habits may stir some of your own memories, while others may be things you still do to save a buck. One of the most common practices during the 1950s and 1960s was canning fruits and vegetables. Families would spend the summer months tending to their gardens and carefully selecting the ripest and freshest produce. They would then preserve them in glass jars with tight-fitting lids. The canning process involved filling the jars with fruits and vegetables, sealing them, and placing them in boiling water for a set time to create a vacuum seal. By canning their own fruits and veggies, families could enjoy the taste of summer all year round. They didn't have to rely on expensive store-bought canned goods, and the satisfaction of opening a jar of homemade peaches or pickles was truly delightful. Another clever way people stretched their food budget was by adding oatmeal to various dishes. Oatmeal, a nutritious and inexpensive grain, is a versatile ingredient that can bulk up meals and make them more filling. For example, families would mix oatmeal into meatloaf, meatballs, or burger patties. This not only stretched the portion size, but also added moisture and texture to the dish. Oatmeal was also used to thicken soups, stews, and casseroles, making them heartier and more satisfying. Buying new clothes wasn't something that was easy or affordable back then, so sewing clothes at home was the practical solution, and also saved money. Many households owned sewing machines, and mothers especially would spend hours creating garments for the entire family. They would buy fabric and patterns, and with skillful hands, they would transform these raw materials into beautiful dresses, shirts, and pants. Sewing clothes at home not only helped cut down on clothing expenses, but also gave families a sense of self-reliance. Additionally, mom could customize outfits, ensuring that they looked good and were well-fitting. Another way of saving money on clothing was to hand down outfits as older siblings outgrew their clothing. Younger brothers and sisters would be the recipients of these older clothes. And sometimes neighbors and extended family would also exchange clothes. Wearing hand-me-downs wasn't seen as a sign of poverty. Rather, it was embraced as a practical and sustainable approach to getting the most for your money. Jeans were durable and often had a long life, but they could develop wear and tear over the years, especially around the knee area. Instead of discarding them, people got creative by sewing or ironing on patches. These patches came in various colors and patterns, and were specifically designed to mend holes and reinforce weak spots in jeans. Patches on jeans not only extended their life, but also added a bit of style. Some kids took pride in their patched-up jeans, turning them into a fashion statement that later became popular in the 60s and 70s. During the 1950s and 1960s, fresh milk delivery was a common practice. However, it could be expensive for some families to have fresh milk delivered regularly. To save on dairy expenses, many households turned to powdered milk. Powdered milk came in large cans and could be stored for an extended period. To use it, families would simply mix the powder with water to reconstitute it into milk. While it might not have been as flavorful as fresh milk, it served as a practical and cost-effective substitute for many families. And some would even blend the powdered milk with fresh milk to extend its life, while also making it taste a little more like real milk. In the 1950s and 60s, waste not, want not was a common motto. People were mindful of conserving resources, and that included reusing materials like bread bags and tinfoil. After using up a loaf of bread, families would wash and dry the bread bags to be reused for other food items, such as sandwiches or storing leftovers. Similarly, tinfoil used for cooking or wrapping food was gently cleaned and folded for future use. Entertainment back then was a lot simpler and less expensive. Instead of spending money on expensive outings, people found joy in visiting their extended family members. They would gather for Sunday dinners, holiday celebrations, or casual get-togethers, bringing the family closer together. These gatherings were filled with laughter, storytelling, and shared meals. It not only saved money on costly entertainment, but also strengthened family bonds and created lasting memories. S&H green stamps were a popular loyalty program during the 1950s and 60s. Shoppers at grocery stores and gas stations received these stamps as rewards for their purchases at participating stores. The number of stamps earned depended on the total amount purchased. After saving up and filling up stamp books, families would redeem them for various household items and merchandise from the S&H green stamp catalog. This loyalty program allowed people to benefit from money already spent, while getting in return practical and useful products for their homes. Food waste was highly discouraged during this time. Leftovers from one meal became the foundation for the next. Families would get creative with repurposing yesterday's dinner into new, delicious meals. For example, roasted chicken from Sunday dinner might become chicken sandwiches on Monday, chicken noodle soup on Tuesday, and chicken salad on Wednesday. This practice not only saved money on groceries, but also taught people to be resourceful and reduce unnecessary food wastage. Collecting bottles and cans was a popular way for kids to make some extra money. They would roam the neighborhood with their wagon, collecting empty soda bottles and aluminum cans. Stores would pay a small deposit for each returned bottle or can, incentivizing recycling and teaching kids the value of taking care of the environment. It was an easy and productive way for kids to earn a little pocket money and contribute to a cleaner community. Absolutely nothing went to waste in the 1950s and 60s, and that included soap. When a bar of soap became too small to use, people got creative with soap slivers. To avoid throwing away tiny pieces, people would save them and slip them into the toe of an old nylon stocking. This created a soap sachet that could still be used for bathing or washing hands. It was a clever way to ensure that every last bit of soap was put to good use. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and maybe even consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. Recollection Road and Legacy Box both believe it's important to preserve the past. If you're like me, there's a box of your family's treasured home movies and photos tucked away somewhere, and Legacy Box can help you preserve them digitally. The process is a simple and safe solution for converting your home movies and photos to thumb drive or to the cloud. Just send in your Legacy Box filled with old VHS and camcorder tapes, film reels, and pictures, and get back digital copies that can be easily enjoyed, shared, and kept organized. It's that easy. Legacy Box is trusted by over 1 million people, and it's all done right here in the USA. Get started preserving your past today. Go to legacybox.com/recollection to get an incredible 55% off. Buy today to take advantage of this exclusive offer and send in your memories when you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/recollection to save 55% while supplies last. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this playlist, and then visit the channel to search the Recollection Road Library. As always, thank you so much for watching.